Hi Scorpio, welcome to your bonus reading for February 2026. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Laura, aka Baby Curl Tarot. I'm a tarot reader, astrologer, and root worker, and I love doing monthly readings for all the zodiac signs here on YouTube, as well as some other fun content over on TikTok and Instagram. Keep in mind this is a general collective reading, so whatever comes up, comes up. Also, please don't ever try to force a reading you see on the internet to fit your personal life situations. If it's not resonating, it's probably a message for another Scorpio out there. Please take what resonates, leave the rest behind. By the way, this bonus reading is my way of saying thank you because you were one of the top 3 zodiac signs that engaged the most with my content this month. So thank you guys so much for the support. It really means a lot to me. We're going to be doing a love reading and a general message for you guys. So a little 2-for-1 special. We're going to jump into the love reading right now. Spiritual team, love oracles. What messages do you have for the Scorpio collective at this time regarding their love lives or their person? What messages do you have for the Scorpio collective regarding their love lives or their person at this time? All right, what do we have? Interesting. We have Gala Dali. This must be Salvador Dali's wife. Everything in love is invention. Create, soar over the ordinary. It is by being in the shadow that one emits the most light. Be immortal rather than available. Oh, okay. Sorry, the cat is scratching right next to me. So if you guys are wondering what that noise is, that's what's happening. All right, at the bottom of the deck, we have Hugh Hefner. Okay. This one says, make every night a one-night stand. Long-term relationships are great. Have as many as you can. Surround yourself with young partners to stay fit. Interesting. So some of you guys could be into polyamory. That's fine, nothing wrong with that. As long as everybody is consenting adults and they are fully aware of the situation. The Gala Dali is interesting. It's a very philosophical and artistic approach to love, isn't it? It's, everything is what you make it. Everything is what you make it. Sometimes it's in the dark that we emit the most light. So even in those darkest moments or in our most vulnerable places, this is very Scorpio, and even in our most vulnerable places that we can shine. Really, really interesting. Be immortal rather than available. Like, just take life by the balls. It's not about, chasing. It's definitely about attracting in this sense. So let's go ahead and get into the tarot and see what comes up for you guys. And yeah, let's see what's going on. Spiritual team, Cosmic Coven Tarot, what messages do you have for the Scorpio collective regarding their love lives or their person at this time? What messages do you have for the Scorpio collective regarding their love lives or their person at this time? Let's see, what do we have? At the top of the deck, we have the 2 of Swords in reverse, the 2 of Wands in reverse, Hierophant, 7 of Swords in reverse, Magician in reverse. What's at the bottom of the deck? We have the 8 of Cups in reverse, 2 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords in reverse, Death in reverse. Okay. Very, very, very interesting. Again, take what resonates. This probably won't resonate with everybody, but I do see a little allusion to polyamory here with the 2 of Cups and the 3 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Okay. This could even stem from somebody coming back around from your past, potentially. Okay. So this could be the realization that, like, you know what, maybe I am open to polyamory, or this person that I'm now getting reconnected with is into polyamory. Maybe I can get with it. Maybe they explained it in a way that, makes sense to me, or the structure makes sense. Maybe I get along with the other person or people, whatever. Yeah, it just feels like whatever this is, it's a little bit of a healing moment for you as well. Okay, especially for those of you that are struggling with change or letting go. Okay, I know my Scorpios are really, really stubborn. As a Scorpio myself, some of you guys will hold on to a grudge until the end of your days. Some of you guys may be in a position now where like you're being given an opportunity to let go of a grudge with somebody or see something from a different perspective or understand things from a different perspective. Okay, even if this isn't a polyamorous situation, if this is just a connection that's coming back around, it feels like there's more structure for some reason in this relationship. You know, or you guys just come to some sort of understanding or agreement. Some of you guys might even be working with each other in some capacity and you guys aren't really reconnecting romantically, but maybe you guys are realizing like we work better together in business or together as friends or whatever the case is. So there could be something in that vein for some of you guys. Now the top of the deck is really interesting. We have a bunch of reversals. Excuse me. What I'm getting is like something hasn't been working. Something hasn't been working, whether your vision for something hasn't been working, your expectations for something hasn't been working, whatever it is, it feels like, excuse me, some of you guys may have been chasing like a traditional approach to relationships, whether that is monogamy, whether that is legal marriage, whether that is living together, whatever, joint accounts, whatever your idea of a traditional relationship looks like. A lot of you guys have been approaching this relationship or your love life in general with this lens of like, this is what the goal is, this is what I want to achieve. But having everything in the reverse around this one card, which is in the center, and I really wish I could show you how it all came out on the table. The Hierophant that I just showed you, that was in the center. That is the only card that is upright. Everything else is reversed. Everything around it is saying to me, you might need to change your perspective or your expectations, or you might need to really sit and listen to what it is that you actually want. Maybe you're actually just internalizing society's expectations of your relationships and you're realizing, I actually don't really want that. Like, I don't want to live in the same house as my partner, or I don't think I need to get legally married to somebody to be happy, or I don't think I need to be in a relationship with just one person to be happy. And I think it comes with that being honest with yourself, that you can finally realize like, or you can finally find the combination of things that makes the most sense to you in a relationship. Okay, so whenever I have the Magician here in the reverse, that talks to me about like a combination of things. So this could be multiple factors that you want to see in a relationship, and you're trying to force these things that weren't fitting, hence why it was showing up in the reverse. It's like you're trying to force something, you're trying to make something fit. Perfect example. Maybe this is somebody who is realizing that they don't want to be in heterosexual relationships. They're actually a homosexual. And those dynamics are very different in comparison to a majority of heterosexual relationships. Now, again, these are just examples, so take what resonates. It's not going to be the same message for every single Scorpio out there, and some of you guys may not be resonating with this at all, and that's fine too. Feel free to skip forward to the general reading. But generally what I am seeing is your perception, your idea of romantic relationships is changing, or you are coming to the realization about something that hasn't been working and you're finally realizing why. As long as you take the time to really sit and listen to your own wants, needs, and desires that are coming from within you, and not factoring in society's expectations or what your family is going to think of you, what your friends are going to think of you, what your boss is going to think of you, all of that stuff. Leave that shit behind when you sit and really think about what it is that you want in relationships. All right, Scorpios, that's what I'm seeing for love. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle my deck, clear my table, and I'll see you guys at the general reading. All right, Scorpios, let's get into your general message and see what you guys need to know at this time. Spiritual team, Legendary Ladies Goddess deck. What messages do you have for the Scorpio collective at this time? Messages do you have for the Scorpio collective at this time? What do we have? Let's see. Sorry, the cat is distracting me here. Okay, let me get back on track. We have at the top of the deck Aditi, creation. I love that. And at the bottom of the deck we have Niwa, and it says creation. Also, you got 2 creations? Hold on a minute. I'm just realizing you got 2 cards that said creation. What are you creating? What are you up to, Scorpios? Whatever it is, I like it so far. All right, I'm gonna take a look at the guidebook just because I don't have these cards memorized, so bear with me as I flip through. So Aditi, the first card that you got, is a Hindu goddess of the universe, and she's empowering you to create at will, be the change you want to see in the world. Go out and make it happen. I like that. Okay, life's what you make it and all that. What about Niwa? Okay, Niwa is the Chinese goddess of creation and is signaling you to use the raw material of your life. Excuse me. Sorry. Okay, so Chinese goddess of creation is signaling to use the raw material of your life to create something meaningful, perhaps to find your very purpose. I love that. I feel like this is you carving your path, your way in the world. For those of you who have really struggled to figure out what your calling is, what your purpose is in this life, I feel like you are really on this journey right now, and really it's up to you on how you shape it. And all of that really comes from within. All of your experiences, all of your pain, all of your joy, all of your creativity, literally everything inside of you can shape your future, your purpose. I'm so excited. Let's get into the tarot and see what comes up. Spiritual team, Cosmic Coven Tarot, what messages do you have for the Scorpio collective at this time? What messages do you have for the Scorpio collective at this time? All right, at the top of the deck, we've got the 7 of Cups, 3 of Swords in reverse, 10 of Pentacles, the Emperor, and Death in the reverse. At the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Pentacles in reverse, Justice in reverse, King of Swords, Lovers in reverse, Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay. Some of you guys could have been recently in a place of like not feeling in control of your lives, or feeling like life just hasn't been fair. And a lot of you guys, I feel, may have some resentment towards the universe about that. Okay, listen, I hear you and I get it. However, I feel like Spirit is also trying to tell me that even though there are a lot of things that let you down in life, whether that is literally like the justice system, whether that is employers in the past, whether that is friends or community, whoever, okay, romantic partners, previous lovers, all of these things, painful as they are, you know, as crappy as they are to experience, really do come together to build this story, to build this person that is Scorpio. And the King of Swords is the intellectual king of the tarot. This is someone who is an incredible strategizer. This is a professor. This is someone who has an immense amount of knowledge, so much so that they have mastered whatever it is that they know and are now able to teach and share this knowledge in a way that elevates the youth or the people that are, you know, following behind in his footsteps. He's essentially the mentor and the educator, but he's also a master strategist. Okay, so this person, this King of Swords, is very, very, very intelligent. Okay, so much so sometimes that it can be a little bit of an overthinking situation. If that's sounding familiar, raise your hand. Hi, it's me, I'm the problem. despite all of this stuff that you have experienced in your life, it's only added to your knowledge and to your experiences. And now that you can, and you should be able to use those in a way that really sets you up for anything that you want to do. I mean, if you've experienced heartache, you can speak directly to people who have gone through heartache. Maybe you've been through so many heartbreaks and getting dumped or getting fired, or, you know, so many negative things in life. We'll say negative things in life, right? And a lot of people say that Scorpios are literally built to go through the darkest experiences that human beings can experience in this world. It's not something I want or wish on my Scorpio people, but that seems to be a trend amongst Scorpio lives, journeys, so on and so forth. And the ability to transmute that darkness, that pain, is really what makes us as a collective zodiac sign. So being able to transmute all of this pain, all of this heartache that we saw in this Three of Swords in reverse that came out at the top of the deck, really allows you to speak to a number of different subjects, experiences, people, walks of life even. There are so many things that you can pour your expertise, your knowledge, your experiences into. You could literally master a number of different industries, or you could write a number of different books on a number of different things. Things that really can be used to not only further yourself financially, create a financial pipeline to success and being a boss, really being your own boss, being an entrepreneur. Like, you can make a business out of the things you've been through in your life, all the experiences, all that knowledge, like I said. But not only that, but you have the ability to help the people that are coming up behind you, all of the youth that are coming into their adult years, all of the adults that are going through the pain and the craziness that is your young adult years, or even your mid adult years, depending on how old you are. There is literally so much that you can do. There's so much that you have to give and to share with this world. It really comes down to whether you want to keep using the excuse of the world is unfair and the world has given me lemons, or you can decide that I'm going to take those lemons and I'm going to turn them into something incredibly beautiful that I can share with this world. Hence the creation and why it came out twice. Life is literally what you make it, Scorpios. And I feel like Spirit is saying, like, this is your crossroads. You can go left, you can go right. It's really up to you on what you decide to do with what we've given you. Whoa, all right. That's not intense at all. It wouldn't be a Scorpio reading if it wasn't a little intense, right? Okay, so that is ultimately what I'm seeing for you guys, is like, you have this incredible vast amount of experiences, power, intellect, knowledge, whatever, to share with the world, to use in a way that can uplift or change the lives of other people. Or you can keep harboring all of that pain and resentment and keep allowing it to prevent you from reaching your highest potential. So it's up to you what you decide to do with that. I'm going to go ahead and close out your reading with one final deck just to get some final messages for you, okay? Spiritual team, daily crystal inspiration. What final messages do you have for the Scorpio collective at this time? What final messages do you have for the Scorpio collective at this time? Okay, what do we have? Shungite, detox your life. I feel like I might have said something like that, right? Are we gonna let this shit go? Are we gonna turn this shit into something we can use? Or are we gonna keep holding on to it? What else do we have? Amazonite, loosen your grip. Let it go, Elsa. It's time to let some shit go. For sure. It's time to let some shit go. All those grudges you're holding, can't take them with us on our way to being successful. Sorry. Nope. Ooh, and at the bottom of the deck we have pink opal. Be kind to yourself. This also comes with forgiving yourself. This comes with forgiving yourself for mistakes you made, maybe even repeated mistakes that you made. You're like, damn, I can't believe I let myself do that more than one time. But also being kind to yourself and allowing yourself to move on, to move forward. Holding on to those grudges, holding on to that anger, that resentment, all of that stuff can really hold you back from progressing, from growth. And that's really just a form of like self-harm in a lot of ways. And that's something I've had to learn recently as a Scorpio. I can't keep holding on to shit because that shit isn't doing anything but making me angry and bitter and a difficult person to be around. And I don't like that. I don't like it. So, Scorpios, that is what I'm seeing. Please leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed the reading. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me in the future, and maybe share this with another Scorpio if you feel like they would need to hear this message. If you want to see more content from me, I'm also on TikTok and Instagram. My handles are below in the description box, and you can also send me some DMs there on those platforms if you want to schedule a personal reading with me until my website, is up and running. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate the support. I hope to see you guys at the next reading. Until then, please take care of yourselves. Bye.